Hey there, space explorers. Are you ready to embark on a cosmic adventure? Have you ever looked up at the night sky and noticed our awesome neighbor, the moon? It's pretty cool, right? The moon has been a source of wonder and mystery for centuries, captivating the imaginations of people all over the world. The moon is like a giant dusty ball floating in space, and it loves to play a fun game of hide and seek. Its surface is covered in craters and mountains, making it look like a giant piece of Swiss cheese. Sometimes, we see a big, bright moon. This is called a full moon, and it lights up the night sky like a giant lantern. Other times, it's just a tiny sliver. This is known as a crescent moon, and it looks like a little smile in the sky. And sometimes, the moon disappears completely. Where does it go? This phase is called the new moon, and it's when the moon is between the Earth and the Sun, making it invisible to us. Let's learn about the moon's super secret, shape-shifting abilities. The moon goes through different phases as it orbits around the Earth, changing its appearance from night to night. It's like a magical dance in the sky. Okay, I'll tell you the moon's secret, but don't tell anyone else, okay? The moon doesn't actually change its shape at all. It's a trick of the light. The moon doesn't have any light of its own. It's like a mirror, reflecting the sun's light. As the moon orbits the Earth, we see different amounts of the sunlit part, making it look like the moon is changing shape. Pretty sneaky, huh? The moon goes through different phases, like a dance, as it orbits the Earth. This celestial dance is a beautiful and predictable pattern that has fascinated humans for centuries. Each phase has its own unique charm and significance. Let's learn the steps to this cosmic dance. Understanding these phases can help us appreciate the moon's journey around our planet. First, we have the new moon. This is the beginning of the lunar cycle. The new moon is like a shy friend hiding in the sun's glare so we can't see it at all. During this phase, the moon is positioned between the Earth and the sun, making it invisible to us. Next comes the waxing crescent moon. This phase occurs a few days after the new moon. The moon looks like a tiny sliver, like someone took a bite out of it. This sliver grows each night, symbolizing new beginnings and hope. Waxing means it's getting bigger. The illuminated part of the moon increases, bringing more light into the night sky. Then, we have the first quarter moon. This phase occurs about a week after the new moon. It looks like half a circle. The right half of the moon is illuminated, making it easy to spot in the evening sky. It's called quarter because we see 1/4 of the whole moon. This is a great time for stargazing and observing the moon's surface details. As the lit part grows, we get the waxing gibbous moon. This phase occurs between the first quarter and full moon. It's almost a full circle now. The moon is more than half illuminated and its light is bright and beautiful. Gibbous means it's bigger than a quarter but smaller than a full moon. This phase is a prelude to the full moon, building anticipation. Finally, it's time for the full moon to shine. This phase is the climax of the lunar cycle. The entire face of the moon is lit up, looking like a giant glowing ball in the sky. The full moon has inspired countless myths, legends, and celebrations throughout human history. Its radiant light brightens the night and captivates our imagination. Section 4. A month on the moon. Imagine spending an entire month observing the moon's fascinating journey through its phases. After the full moon, the moon starts to shrink again. But don't worry, it's all part of the dance. This shrinking phase is known as waning. It goes through the same phases but in reverse. Waning Gibbous, last quarter, another half moon, and waning crescent. Each phase has its own unique beauty and significance. Waning means it's getting smaller. As the moon wanes, it appears to lose its light, retreating into the shadows. Finally, the moon goes back to being a new moon, hiding from view until the dance begins again. The new moon marks the start of a new lunar cycle. This whole cycle, from new moon to full moon and back again, takes about 29.5 days, a period we call a lunar month, which is almost a whole month. This cycle has been observed and celebrated by cultures around the world for centuries. That's why we sometimes call a month a moonth. The moon's phases have a profound impact on our calendars and even our daily lives. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember the moon's incredible journey. Section 5. The moon, a clock in the sky. Long ago, people didn't have clocks or calendars like we do today. To keep track of time, they looked to the sky. The moon's phases were like a giant clock in the sky, telling them when to plant crops, when to harvest, and when to celebrate special events. Section 6. Keep looking up. So the next time you're outside at night, take a moment to look up and say hello to our magical moon. Remember, it's always up there, dancing through its phases, even when we can't see it. Keep exploring and never stop being curious about the wonders of space. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more space adventures.